what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to take this top honey super off, and I'm going to replace it with a honey super that I took every single frame and I melted beeswax onto the frames itself, because I heard or saw or someone told me that if they want to build out on these plastic frames better, then there should be some melted honey on them already, or some melted beeswax. So here you can see where it's more yellow is the beeswax along the top. It was hard for me to get beeswax on there. So I did this to all the frames, so hopefully this will encourage them to build out honeycomb faster, thus allowing them to actually have comb to store honey faster. So what I'm going to do here, and I don't really want to edit this video much, is unfortunately I'm going to be disrupting them, and it's going to be hard for you to see exactly what I'm doing, but my goal here is to take the bees off of this super and put this new super on with the better frames. So the goal is to knock all these bees off. So actually I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to take this. I'm not going to edit this video either, because video editing is annoying. So you could just skip around a little bit until you see what you need to see. So for here, I'm going to put these on. I'll take out a couple frames, because right now I have all 8 in here. I'm going to take out a couple, and then what I'm going to do, the only reason I'm taking these out is if I have a frame that they've already built out a little bit on that maybe I want to keep, but we'll see as I take out frame by frame. And I'm just going to knock these bees in. Like this one is starting to get built out a little bit, so they already have some honey on this. So I'm just going to keep this because obviously they're doing the right thing. So there is some honey that's already starting to be built on that. So this I'm going to keep because obviously they're already doing a good job on this one. This frame doesn't have anything. So just knocking these bees off. Now there's barely any left. Knock them off. Boom. So this is good. That frame has no bees on it. This frame has a little honey, so I'm going to keep that aside to see if that one qualifies. They're building out a little bit on this, but no honey in it, so these bees could get knocked down as well. There's a little bit of, so you could tell here where they're starting to build out a little bit. Right here you can see it's protruding. I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera, but it's protruding a little bit out versus the other parts that aren't. So they're starting to build that out a little bit right there, but not enough to where it's actually doing anything. Next frame, barely anything in here. So this is nothing. This isn't worth anything right here. All right, 2 more. Again, there's barely any bees on here, obviously, which is also why there's probably barely any honeycomb being built, because there's not many bees. This one has nothing. And last one, yeah, nothing good. Okay, so I got all the bees off. You can see a nice number of bees we're just on the side of this hanging out. So those bees will fly away eventually, the couple that are left. I'll take this one that had some build out on there, and then I'll put back one new one. So in here I have all the frames that have new beeswax on it and a couple that they were already starting to build out on their own. Put this inner cover on top. And then the top cover, and we're done. And now I'm going to take these frames, and you can see the difference here. Top has the melted wax on it, and the bottom has no wax on it. It's a little discolored because they were starting to do something. Hopefully this was the initiative to get them to now build comb, put honey in. Only time will tell. So I have two frames that are standard that I didn't touch. We'll see if these get built out faster than the ones with the wax on it. So to be determined. We'll be back at a later date.